Did you know, what exhausts many women the most is not marriage itself, but the thoughts they carry about marriage? Take a moment to look inward. What fills your mind each day? There are kinds of emotional clutter that cannot be seen with the eyes, yet they can be heavy enough to drain a woman from the inside out. For example, your husband becomes quiet for a moment, and immediately your mind begins creating stories. He doesn't love me anymore. He's tired of me. Something is wrong with our marriage. Maybe there's someone else. The actual event happened only once. Yet many women end up hurting themselves hundreds of times by replaying it in their minds. Someone says one unpleasant thing, and instead of letting it pass, you carry it home. Think about it all night. Add your own interpretations, and lose sleep over it. The comment was theirs, but keeping it, feeding it, and allowing it to grow inside your mind becomes your responsibility. Think about this: if someone walked by and threw a bag of trash into your yard, you would probably get upset and throw it away immediately. But when the trash is something you've collected yourself, you tend to keep it. Sometimes you even take it out and look at it again, telling yourself, well, it's mine after all. Many women do the same thing with pain in marriage. They hold on to old words, old attitudes, old stories, old wounds, and gradually, they begin living inside those emotions. Some women even make suffering part of their identity. They become accustomed to telling stories about how much they sacrificed, how poorly they were treated, how lonely they have been, and if one day they genuinely experience peace, they feel strangely empty, as if they no longer know who they are. This is a very subtle psychological trap, identifying yourself with the very pain you carry. From the perspective of cause and effect, every thought repeatedly planted in the mind becomes a seed. If every day you focus on hurt, betrayal, fear, worst case scenarios, then you are continuously planting seeds of anxiety within yourself. Over time, your mind begins to resemble a garden overrun with weeds. My dear friend, many women are not truly suffering because of marriage itself. They suffer because they have been thinking about marriage in painful ways for far too long. You may believe you are controlling your thoughts, but often, your thoughts are controlling you. Some women ask, how do I let go? The truth is, letting go does not mean forcing yourself to stop thinking. The harder you try to push thoughts away, the stronger they often return. The first step is simply to observe. What am I thinking right now? What is making my heart feel heavy? What emotions am I feeding? Is this helping me become more peaceful? The moment you become aware of a thought, you begin separating yourself from it. You know, many of us assume our minds are dirty, so every day we struggle to clean them, suppress thoughts, and force ourselves to think positively. But in reality, your mind is more like the empty space inside a room. You can bring trash into the room, you can fill it with smoke, but is the space itself truly dirty? No. When the smoke clears, the space remains unchanged. When the trash is removed, the room returns to its natural cleanliness. Your mind is the same. Thoughts about debt, emotional wounds, anxiety, betrayal, are merely dark clouds passing across the sky of awareness. The greatest mistake we make is trying to sweep away the clouds with a broom. The more we fight our thoughts, the more persistent they become. I once heard of a man who became frightened whenever negative thoughts appeared. He tried to force himself to stay positive at all times. Eventually, he became exhausted. Later, he realized something important. A thought appearing does not mean you must keep it. Thoughts are like strangers walking down the street. You don't need to invite them into your home for tea, but you also don't need to chase after them and fight them. Simply allow them to pass by. That is when you begin to understand. You are not your thoughts. The moment you can say, this is just an anxious thought, it immediately starts losing its power over you. Your mind is naturally clear. The problem is not that your mind is full of garbage, The problem is that every day you keep bringing more garbage into it, and the more a woman learns to clear away the mental clutter, the softer her eyes become, the lighter her energy feels, and the more peace begins to return to her home and her life. Because true peace does not come from having a life without problems. True peace comes when you stop carrying every problem with you, all day, every day, inside your mind. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I wish you a peaceful, calm, and fulfilling day. And always remember, the world needs you and the unique gifts that only you can bring. If today's message resonated with your heart, please share it with others so that together we can nurture a flow of peace that begins within each of us and spreads throughout our communities and the world. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our newest videos each week. Once again, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.